Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn, and in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a little travel guide to the island of Hawaii, also known as the Big Island. I recently just came back from there doing a solo trip and it was so much fun. And if you're thinking about coming to the Big Island, or if you already have plans to come to the Big Island, hopefully this travel guide will help you. So before entering Hawaii, you do have to complete a set of travel forms before entering, and basically you go to this website called travel.hawaii.gov. The first form that you have to complete is a Safe Travels About You profile, and you can find it on the website right here. The next item that you have to complete is filling out your travel information, basically stating what days you're going to be in Hawaii and when your flights are. And the third item that you have to complete is applying to be exempt from quarantine. And you can do this through two ways. You can either upload a copy of your COVID-19 vaccine card showing that you're fully vaccinated, or you can take a PCR test within 72 hours of your flight, and it must show that you're negative from COVID-19. And unfortunately, if you fail to do one of those two things, you do have to quarantine for 10 days. And lastly, on the website, after you completed all those forms that I just mentioned, you do have to fill out a health questionnaire within 24 hours of your flight. And once you fill out the health questionnaire and everything is good to go, you will receive a QR code on the website, or it will be emailed to you, and you cannot board the plane depending what airline you have. I flew United. They actually will not let you board the plane unless you have this QR code. Once you get to the airport, every airline will have different procedure, but basically when I flew United to Hawaii, I had to show my QR code and make sure everything is okay, and they gave me a wristband to let the airline know that it was safe to travel. And I recommend doing everything as soon as possible, because if you forget to do it, you might have to do it at the airport and you might cause delay for everyone. When I was at the airport, I did see a lot of people not complete the health questionnaire or like all the travel forms that you have to complete. So if you want to like breeze through everything, make sure you complete all the forms as soon as possible, and especially before you head to the airport. For more information and travel updates, I really recommend going to the travel.hawaii.gov website and getting all the latest information, because by the time this video is up, maybe things have changed and you don't have to do these things anymore, but these are just what I've experienced. So I really recommend going to the website, which I will link down below for any travel updates that they post. Now let's talk about the island of Hawaii. Basically, the island of Hawaii, also known as the Big Island, is bigger than all the other islands combined, maybe even twice as big. And this island is super cool. Basically, you can see volcanoes, to sandy beaches, to lush tropical rainforests, and I feel like this might be the coolest island because it's not as touristy as maybe like Oahu, and it has so much to offer, and I feel like this island is very low-key. And the island is categorized by two main areas or categories. You have the leeward and the windward. The leeward side of the island is basically the side of the island that's more drier. It doesn't experience as much rainfall. Thus, this is the area where it has a lot of sandy beaches. Whereas the windward side of the island is a lot more wet because it experienced a significant amount more rainfall than the other side, and so it has a lot more lush tropical rainforest, lush greenery, and also has a lot of waterfalls. I found this side of the island to be much more adventurous, so if you're not someone that likes to relax on vacation and wants more adventure, then I definitely recommend staying on the windward side of the island. And the most popular city that people go to on this island is the city of Hilo. Now let's talk about getting to the Big Island. There's actually two airports that you can fly into. You can either fly into the Kona International Airport, which again is where all the resorts are, where all the sandy beaches are, or you can fly into the Hilo International Airport. However, when buying your airline tickets, I really recommend choosing the airport that is close to the city that you plan to stay in first, because the two airports are actually 2 hours away from each other. And the next topic is where to stay on the island. Fortunately, this island has a lot of different options and like cool travel accommodations that you can check out. You can either stay at a resort, maybe an Airbnb or a hostel. It really depends on you and what your budget and travel lifestyle is. If you're thinking about something luxurious and resorty where you want to stay at the beach or have breakfast on the beach or maybe go golfing in the morning, then you can definitely check out any of the popular resorts on the Kona side. There's the Mauna Lani resort. I actually stayed there 4 years ago, the first time I went to the island of Hawaii. That one is really cool. It's a bit on the expensive side, especially since it's gone through a lot of remodeling. You can also stay at the Fairmont Orchid. There's the Mauna Kea Beach Resort. There's a lot. I have a whole list on my travel blog that I'm going to link down below and a lot more information. So you can definitely stay on a resort. However, if that is not something that you want to do, you can also check out some Airbnbs around the island. I found that the Airbnbs on the Hilo side of the island is a lot more cheaper. I was able to get like a private room for about $40 to $45 a night, which is like honestly not that bad, especially since I'm solo traveling. And if you're looking for something different and cool, I really recommend maybe trying out glamping on the island of Hawaii. That's what I did the first 2 nights that I was there before going to like more real Airbnbs, and it was like super cool. I stayed in an A-frame cabin, which is like in the middle of a rainforest, and so at night I got to hear a lot of nature and it was really relaxing. And if you're interested in doing that, I can link the Airbnb down in the description box below so you guys can check that out. And if you're even on a tighter budget and you want to experience the island and maybe make some new friends, then definitely maybe check out staying at a hostel. That's what I did my last 3 nights that I was in Hawaii. And it was actually in Kona, which is a bit more expensive in regards to accommodation. And it was not that bad. The beds were clean and there was like air conditioning, there was Wi-Fi. I really recommend doing that. I stayed at the My Hawaii hostel in Kona and it was super convenient because if you don't have a car, there's still like a beach that you can go to that's like maybe 10-15 minute walk, which is not that bad. You meet a lot of people. I met some people from like Germany and other places around the world, so definitely check that out. I'm gonna link the hostel down in the description box below if you want to learn more about it. Things to do on the Big Island. So since the island of Hawaii is super big, there's so many things to do, especially the variety of tropical climates that it offers. And since the island is so big, I'm gonna actually split this category into 2 parts: what to do in Hilo and what to do in Kona. And starting with my favorite area, we're gonna start talking about Hilo. I love this part of the island because again, it's a lot more adventurous. I feel like there's a lot more to do. However, it really depends on what type of travel person you are. But basically, one thing that you can do here is hunt for waterfalls. There's so many waterfalls that you can visit on this part of the island. One of my favorites is Akaka State Park, and this is the biggest or one of the biggest waterfalls that I've seen. You do have to pay to get in, but it's so worth it, especially if you go during a time when there was a lot of rain, because the waterfall will be rapid and flowing and it's gonna be so beautiful. Another waterfall that you can visit is Rainbow Falls. That one is really pretty too, and you don't have to pay to get in there, whereas Akaka you do. And Akaka you have to like hike a little bit for like 15 minutes to get there, whereas Rainbow Falls you don't. If you want to be super adventurous, you can go to another waterfall that's near Rainbow Falls. It's called Waiele Falls. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but I'll leave it here or like link it down in the description box below. But this one is super adventurous because you basically have to travel through some weeds and like cross a river. And if it's like super rainy like prior, the river will be like up to your chest, at least for me because I'm 5'3", I'm a little bit short. So I was really like hesitant to go through because I wasn't prepared for it, but the waterfall was like super beautiful. The hike is really short, it's like 5 minutes, but you go through some stuff. Another place that you can visit is Paradise Cliffs. That's one of my favorite parts of the island because you don't have to like hike to go through, you can just like drive there, and it's super cool watching the waves and just like relaxing and watching the sunset there. This is where I found that most locals go to the fish, which was super cool. I was actually talking to some locals, and this park of the island is actually really great for whale watching, especially during mating season during February and March. If you're someone like me who loves to discover new produce in any city or country that you go to, then definitely check out the Hilo Farmers Market. I love this place because you can explore different types of like fruits that you've never seen before and try new things. You can find fruits like mangoes, like really big mangoes, really big avocados, some dragon fruit, star fruit, lilikoi, which is like Hawaiian passion fruit. They also had like Jamaican passion fruit and like longan. So if you're someone that loves fruit and loves to explore new things, then definitely check out this place. They also have like local vendors that sell like clothes or like traditional Hawaii items or Hawaiian items. You can also like explore the different like food vendors there. Other things that you can do near Hilo is visit the Hawaii Botanical Gardens and also the Hawaii Volcano National Park. I unfortunately didn't get to do those things due to time constraints, but I heard those places are really cool, especially the Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, because I actually went during a time where the volcano was like slightly erupting, and so if you go, you get to see like all the red lava flowing, which sounds super cool. So I highly recommend that, and I definitely plan to do that the next time that I'm there. Now let's talk about what to do near Kona. And this place or area is definitely for people who love beaches, because there's so many beaches that you can go to and explore to. One beach that you can visit is Hapuna Beach, which is about 50 minutes north of central Kona. It's a state park, so you do have to pay to get in. It's $5 per person and $10 per car. There's state employees like in the area, so you have to pay or else you get a ticket. But this beach is so beautiful, and it's so blue, especially when it's sunny. And the sand is super soft, so definitely recommend that one. Another beach that you can go to is Magic Sands Beach, and this beach is in central Kona. It's a little bit small, but if you're someone that wants like white sand, really blue, like turquoise water beach, I really recommend that. It does get super busy because it's in central Kona, but I really recommend it if you have like no other option, especially if you're staying in the hostel that I mentioned prior and you don't have a car. It's a beach that you can like walk to, which is really nice. Another beach that you can go to is Mauna Kea Beach inside the Mauna Kea Beach Hotel and Resort. That beach is really pretty too, and if you guys don't know, all beaches in Hawaii are public beaches, so even though it's within a resort, you can actually go to it as long as there's parking. Another beach that I really recommend is Malakaveina Beach, which is one of the most beautiful beaches that I've been to on the island Hawaii. It's so pretty. However, it is a bit of a trek, or like you have to like put a lot of effort to get here. You have to drive through unpaved roads for about like, it depends what car you have. If you have a four-wheeler drive, it's gonna take like 5 minutes through unpaved roads. However, if you drove in a sedan like I did, which is not recommended, you're gonna be driving on unpaved roads, which is really dangerous for about 30 minutes because you're driving really slow. And then that's not the only part about getting to that beach. It does take another 20-30 minutes hiking through lava rocks to get to the beach. However, once you do all of that, you're gonna be rewarded with one of the most beautiful secluded beaches that you've ever seen. The sand was so soft, it's so powdery. The water was like so turquoise and blue. It's like, it was my favorite beach in my opinion on the Big Island. And also there was not a lot of people there because of how much effort that you have to go through, but I highly recommend it. Another thing you can do in Kona is check out this like community pool. It's really cool to take drones. I'm not sure it's like cool to like swim because the water looked murky, but you can check out this like community pool called Ali'i Saltwater Pool. It's super cool flying your drone there. Do be careful because it is like between like a hotel and a condominium. And one last thing that you can do near Kona is actually take a night snorkel dive with manta rays. I unfortunately didn't get to do this, but my hostel roommates did, and it looks super cool. But basically at nighttime you can snorkel and look at like manta rays light up and glow in the dark. And other things that I really recommend on the island that's not really specific to like Kona or Hilo, and one of them is to take a helicopter tour and experience the island from a different perspective. I love helicopter rides so much because it kind of is thrilling if you're someone that's not really afraid of heights, and you get to see the island from a different viewpoint, and it's super cool. I really recommend doing it doors off, especially if you're someone who loves to take photos and video. Doors off is really helpful for clearer video or photos. And last but not least, the last category that I'm going to talk about, which is one of my favorite categories, is food. What to eat on the island of Hawaii. I feel like no Hawaii trip is complete unless you eat poke. Poke is so good, especially on the Big Island. One place that I really recommend is Pohana Poke. I feel like this place is way better than all the other places in Kona that I've tried, and the pieces here are a lot bigger. The fish is fresher and it's not as salty, so I really recommend going there. It's right next to Costco, and quick tip, if you have a Costco membership in any part of America or the world, you can fill up your gas as long as you have a Costco card, because the gas is way cheaper there. Another poke place to check out if you're not in Kona and you're in Hilo is Poke Market. That place is really cute and I love their poke there. I feel like their poke is really flavorful as well. Another place that you have to check out is Two Ladies Kitchen. If you're someone that loves mochi like I do, then you definitely have to check out this place or else you will regret it. I didn't get to check out this place the first time I went to the Big Island and I regretted it so much. So I had to make it a mission to come here, and they serve some of the freshest, chewiest mochis that I ever eaten ever. I've never been to Japan, so I can't really say about there, but in Hawaii it's so good. It's so chewy. They have a mixture of mochi from like traditional with like red bean to like more modern, where it's like stuffed with like brownies, peanut butter, and they also have like fruit-filled mochis, which I really recommend. Another food item that you have to try out is of course shaved ice. Shaved ice is like the national sweet treat of Hawaii. It's so good, especially if it's really hot. And I really recommend going to like Kona Wave in Kona. Scandinavian shaved ice is good. There's also One Aloha in Kona. There's like so many places. Like I feel like you don't really have to choose which one you have to go to. Wherever it's like convenient, or even like a local vendor that sells it. And if you're looking for Hawaiian homestyle food to check out, which you definitely should, I recommend going to 808 Grinds Cafe. That place is really good, especially for breakfast. I love their Kalua pork with like Kalua pork eggs Benedict with fried rice. So good. The rice was, however, on the bland side. I think they forgot to salt it, but either way it was like really good. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a Hawaiian place that's more like Asian fusion, there's this one place called Broke the Mouth Grinds. I unfortunately didn't get a picture, but their furikake chicken is so good, and also like their grilled meats are really good too. And one last thing to check out on the island of Hawaii for food is malasadas. If you don't know what malasadas are, they're basically Portuguese donuts. They're so soft, and you have to get it with like some sort of cream or stuffing. And there's like a couple places that you can check out, but the most popular one on the island that most people go to is next to Honolulu Black Sand Beach is Honolulu Bake Shop, and they sell malasadas there. However, my only complaint with this place is that they run out of stuff really quickly and there's not much selections. So I recommend going early to check that place out, or else it's like not really worth it. Don't come specifically for that place, only if you're planning to go to the Black Sand Beach, because of like how limited the menu items are, but it's definitely like worth a try. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you have any other video recommendations for me to do, then please leave it down in the comments below. I know I haven't made videos in a while, but I have a lot planned for you guys for the next coming weeks, so please be sure to stay tuned for that. If you want more in-depth detail about the island of Hawaii, or just like more information in general, I'm gonna leave my travel guide down in the description box below for you guys to check out. But basically that is it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!